Starting this spring, if you want to fly any domestic flights, you'll need a real ID. 13 WHAM's Christian Garzone spoke with the Monroe County Clerk and Airport Director to bring you the details. Christian, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. To be clear, your driver's license is still fine, but don't try to board a domestic flight with that on or after May 7th. Going forward to fly domestically, you'll need to upgrade to a real ID. Here's what that looks like and how much it'll cost you. Congress passed the Real ID Act in 2005, essentially establishing minimum security standards for issuing licenses, much of this born out of the 9/11 terror attacks 4 years prior. On May 7th, the federal government wants everyone flying domestically to have this check in place.
It's been delayed many times.
Monroe County Clerk Jamie Romeo said this year the government means business.
Because I know we don't want to put our friends at the airport or the TSA or anyone in a position where May 7th is going to come. You don't have what you need and you're not able to get onto that plane.
So let's break it down. Your standard driver's license is, of course, fine for driving. It has not for federal purposes in the right corner. A real ID sort of adds a plus up to your license and will have a star. Airport Director Andy Moore says if you plan to fly domestically, upgrade your license or else.
You're going to have some trouble boarding a domestic flight. Anyone age 18 and older will have to have a real ID or an enhanced ID in order to travel domestically. Obviously, a passport still works, too.
Moore brought up an enhanced ID. That's like a real ID, but with the U.S. flag in the corner and has some extra perks, like if you drive into Canada. But for this story, let's stick with real IDs and plane travel. Romeo says if you want a real ID, call the DMV ahead of time.
You have to get an appointment, and that's because we want to work with you to make sure you have all of the necessary documents.
You'll need to bring proof of your identity, Social Security, and U.S. citizenship. The cost? About the same as your license, roughly $65. Just to further clarify, your passport is fine. You can use that for any flights. We have more details on real IDs over at 13wham.com. Matt, right back to you.